21 drivers about to take the green for 30 laps. Who's it gonna be? How's it gonna be done? There's a favorite out there. Pick an ASAP. The drivers are ready. The crews are ready. Mike Rittiger's ready. Dundee, are you ready? We're gonna do it in honor of Gary Montgomery. Race fans, it's time to sit down and hold on to your seats, because these men, by the grace of God and Chevrolet Performance Power, are ready to go to work. Thundering their way off turn number 2, Mr. Excitement pulls ahead by a bumper with the early lead. That, of course, is Jeremy Wonderling. But it could be 3 wide. Wonderling brothers make up the crust of the sandwich. Joe Martin nearly gets squashed as Martin leads lap number 1. What a wild start to the Gary Montgomery Memorial, as we've got one spun around in 3. Caution is out. The lap does count, as the yellow is out for the 4R of Ricky Laux. Martin controls the restart here. It's at the tires in turn number 4. There they are. Green lights are back on. Wonderling times the restart. Well, he's got Mikey all over him. Jeremy sends it down to the inside, stuck up in front of Mike Wonderling. And Joe Martin holds serve. Mike looks underneath on Jeremy, the 2 Wonderling brothers. It's a Wellsville showdown for second at the moment. And off the corner, Mike edges out Jeremy. Or did he? No, Jeremy got Mike by 200ths of a second. But can Mike secure the runner-up spot at the start-finish line? We're off to a hot start at the moment. A lot of packed drivers. It's an Oklahoma land rush here at the Outlaw Speedway at the moment, with Martin leading by about 7/10 of a second. Best battle on track for 6, Jen Homan and Cody Dawson. Remember, Homan won the Rick Hendrick City Chevrolet Weekly Special to kick off the season here at the Outlaw Speedway. Homan tries to shut the door on him. We got a race for the lead developing. Mike Wonderling all over Joe Martin. Tries to pull up to the quarter panel, but it doesn't work. Gap at the line is just about 2 car lengths as they approach lap traffic. First driver is the 4R of Ricky Laux. It's about half a straightaway behind. The race for third, meanwhile, on between Jeremy Wonderling and Bryce Davis. Davis has not won a Flint's Tire Touring Series race since 2017. As he clears Wonderling, he takes the bottom step of the podium. Austin Hauser, meanwhile, rounds out the top 5. They're also side by side. That is for the 8th position, rather, as Brock Pinkerus takes it away from Ashton Briggs, as they're now in heavy lap traffic past Ricky Laux. Next driver the leader's approach is the 7E of Carl Eldridge. Martin tries to make it through without an issue on the bottom, gets through Eldridge, but another driver right in front of him on his tail, and that's the T54 of Todd Chapman. Mike Wonderling has just a little bit more issues than Joe did. Bryce gets through Laux without any problem. Ooh, a close call for Todd Chapman. Had to get on the binders to avoid hitting Punxsutawney Joe. 9 laps complete. Joe Martin running better average laps than Mike Wonderling. 15.796 in the last 3 to Mike Wonderling's 15.874. Martin's got some clean air as of right now. Davis 3rd, Jeremy Wonderling 4th. And on Austin Hauser rounds out the top 5. Jan Homan 6th, Cody Dawson 7th, nearly 4 wide off the turn 2. Holy smokes, that's crazy. And I think that was Laux that had to get on the binders. Dawson having issues getting past the lap car. That allows Homan to pick up some ground. That is Laux entering turn 1. And issues for the 14 of Brad Graham. He slows in turn 2. Can he make it into the pits in time? The answer is yes, we stay green. It's a 1.5 second lead for Punxsutawney Joe at the moment on Mike Wonderling. As Homan continues to increase his lead on Cody Dawson. Brock Pinkerus 8th, Ashton Briggs 9th. Jim Racy rounds out the top 10. Biggest mover so far for our Charger is Bam Bam Brock Pinkerus from 13th to 8th, up 5 positions at the moment. Joe Martin about to cross the start-finish line. 2 car length advantage on Mike Wonderling. Last time by, it was a 16.338 for Mikey. 4/10ths better. The race for the lead is on in turn 3. Mike tries to pull up underneath this. Joe has just a little bit of issues, I guess you could say, trying to make his way past the lap car, the 64C of Alan Chapman. Mikey takes a peek underneath for the top spot. Your race is for the lead off 2. Joe with the speed. Hangs on for right now. Mikey still on the quarter panel. These are the two drivers that are tied for second in points. Joe bobbles off for turn 4. Mikey's got a chance at the start-finish line. Joe leads by just about a tenth of a second. And trouble in turn 2. That's the 70 of Eldridge, and Bryce Davis is also collected the third place driver. Oh, what a heartbreak for Bryce Davis, the inaugural winner of the Gary Montgomery Memorial. Martin, the control car, he fires in turn number 4. A lot of drivers antsy on the inside as we're back to the green. Martin holds serve on Mike Wonderling. Austin Hauser underneath Jeremy for the bottom step of the podium. Mikey takes a peek inside, but up the racetrack he goes. Jeremy looks to clear Austin for third position, which he does. Sends it up on the top shelf. Dances with the double. Off at turn 4. Cody Dawson tries to go 2 for 1. He's sideways on entering the straightaway. What a save for the Millsboro Delaware native. He looks for 4th on Austin Hauser. What a blinding restart for the driver of the 36. 12 laps to go. Dawson looks for P3 on Jeremy Wonderling. Fortunately, can't make the run the inside as there was a shallow entry entering turn number 1. Jen Holman tries to attack Hauser for the 5th spot. It doesn't work. Dawson and Jeremy Wonderling. That's the race everyone's watching for 3rd position. Wonderling up on the cushion. As he hangs on to it for right now. Dawson next to those Tory tires off of turn 2. Joe Martin across the line. We've got 10 laps remaining in the Gary Montgomery Memorial. Joe Martin with a 1.5 second lead on Mike Wonderling. Not even in lap traffic yet off at turn 2. Cody Dawson tries to clear contact between him and Wonderling. Close call there. Dawson forces his way into the bottom step of the podium. Would be Cody's best finish of the season. Wonderling sent it in deep up the racetrack and falls back half straightaway, or rather a full straightaway for lap traffic for Joe Martin. Punxsutawney Joe has not won the Flint Tire Touring Series race since last year. It was at the Sharon Speedway in Ohio back in July, as he looks to break the tie and have second in the point standings over Mike Wonderling. They were tied coming in, 37 points behind Jeremy Wonderling. 7 laps to go, and Joe approaches lap traffic. First driver, the 14 of Brant Graham. Brent out of the way as Joe decides to work the cushion in the center of 1 and 2. Dawson 3rd, Jeremy Wonderling 4th. The race is on for 5th. Holman all over Austin Hauser. Holman nearly hits the Uke tires in turn 1. Cuts him back. Martin having issues as he's getting held up by the 4R of Laux. Gets through without issues. Mike Wonderling gets past Brett Graham. Last time by for Joe Martin, he was about 300 slower than Mike Wonderling, as we've got 4 circuits remaining at the Outlaw Speedway. Driver Punxsutawney Joe approaches Alan Chapman in the 64C. He's got 3 laps remaining for his first Flint Tire Touring Series win of the season. It's a 1.7 second lead on Mike Wonderling. You gotta give credit to Mike for the start he's had in the season. If he doesn't win, it would be his 3rd podium on the year. Dawson tries to run away from Jeremy Wonderling for the 3rd position. Hauser and Holman continue to race for 5th. Off turn 4, Doctor's jacket in the air. 1 lap remains the Gary Montgomery Memorial for Joe Martin. Mike Wonderling tries to close in. Different lines in 1 and 2. And Mike Wonderling is there. Gap is a car length and a half off of turn 2. Can Mike do anything about it? He sends it deep and off of turn number 4. Joe Martin wins the Gary Montgomery Memorial at the state and the Outlaw Speedway. Cody Dawson 3rd, Jeremy Wonderling 4th. Photo for 5th. Chad Holman steals it from Austin Hauser. Genesee Speedway. They're lean, they're mean, they're 400 horses of man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. Presented by Born to Run Lubricants in a Flint's Tire Turn event. Here come the Hobbit Solder and Truck Supply Rush Late Models. Where else would you rather be than right here, right now? It's Memorial Day weekend, the greatest weekend in motorsports. It's time to feel the rush at Genesee. Slicing and dicing their way off turn number 2. Bryce Davis has the advantage. Jason Knowles in second. Bowman Pancrazio side by side for third. Joe Martin wants to get into the mix-up of this. Lap 1 of the books led by Bryce Davis. First side by side battle. Dave Du Bois and Kurt Stebbins. That's the race for the 6th spot. Pancrazio up the track. Martin with the peak underneath for P4. As they work their way to turn number 3. Huge stack up from 6th on back. Check those drivers. You got Du Bois, Stebbins, Wonderling. Baker's caution is out in turn number 3. I'm trying to see who that is. That's actually turn 4 rather. One of them is Cody Dawson. A tough break on his end after finishing 3rd. It was his first podium since 2014 at Winchester. And I'm trying to see the other one. I know that's a Graham.
36?
I want to say that's the 98, the red car of Craig Graham, which is definitely a tough break there. Had work commitments yesterday, so we had to miss the Gary Montgomery Memorial at Outlaw Speedway. We've lifted the yellow. We're set to come back to the green. Bryce Davis is the control car, and we're back on it. So Davis holds serve. Bowman and Knowles side by side for second. Middle line prevails. Stack up for third on back, and slowing up is David Pancrazio. He lost like 4 or 5 spots after having to check up. He may have gone on the binders there. He just went from 3rd or so, nearly got the door shut the Wonderling, all the way down to the 6th position. And so Bryce Davis tries to pull away first side-by-side battle. Joe Martin and Kid Cole. That's the race for the 6th spot. They don't prove the place to be after track work done. Also a side-by-side battle between Austin Howes and Ron Baker's. And you gotta give it up for the 51 this past weekend. 6th place finish at Outlaw last night. His best finish in touring comp, but is in a 3-wide situation with Baker is stuck in the middle. Bam Bam tries to Bam Bam its way through up 2. A photo for the spot. Alger edges out by 15 thousandths of a second. We'll have a race for the 2nd spot with 5 laps in the books. It's Chad Holman, the main winner. Points leader in track back standings. Peaks underneath on the basement group on the jet for 2nd position. They've got door to door for the last lap or so. How about the Outlaw? Dave Du Bois, who saw this coming? Running in the 4th spot. That's an awesome run, awesome start for the driver on the field 12. Bowman tries to clear on the jet. When she does, ramps his way up the track, moves up into P2. Now does Knowles try to fight back is the question. Not for right now. Bryce Davis continues to lead. Gap is 2.4 seconds at the start-finish line. His average lap time 4/10 better than Chad Holman so far. Du Bois 4, Jerry Wonderling rounds out the top 5. He's got company from Kid Cole, David Pancrazio for the 5 spot. Rounding out the top 10, Alger 7th, Pinker is 8th, Martin 9th, Kurt Stebbins is 10th. Biggest mover so far in this race is Austin Alger. He started 11th. He's currently in the 7th spot. Leaders just about a half straightaway away from lap traffic. First driver leaders would approach is Carl Eldridge. He runs in 22nd. As we've completed the 3rd of this 30-lap feature. All the drivers all stretched apart for right now at the moment. Closest gap we have amongst the top 10. I have Wonderling and Pancrazio for the 5th position. Kurt Stebbins now deals with Joe Martin off in turn 2. That's the race for 9th. As Bryce Davis is in lap traffic, however, though, Chad Holman starts to close in a half-second better than the 94. Both of them ran last week in part of a tune-up race at Genesee Speedway. Davis finished in the 2nd position, better than Chad Holman. Holman's got to run up on the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. But Davis tries to use Aldridge as a pick. And Holman tries to get down low. Oh, that's tight between Davis and Aldridge with 14 in the books. Holman gets through, and now we've got him. Donnybrook for the race lead. Davis tries to pull away. There is some clean air for just a bit. Half straightaway between Davis and Craig Graham. 16 laps in the books. Knowles rounds out the podium for right now. Dubois still 4th, Jeremy Wonderling 5th. When everyone is watching closely, the race for the lead 8, 3, and 4. As Davis approaches Craig Graham. Davis pulled up to the door, entering turn 1, but doesn't work. Bad exit. Holman tries to close in. Back up front to the lead. Davis uses Craig Graham as a pick. Some incredible racing so far. You've got a race for the lead. You've got a race for 4th between 2 locals in Genesee. Holman runs the middle group. He's on TG Downs. Yellow's out in turn 4. And that is Carl Eldridge. That's his first spin of the night. 2 spins this weekend. But you got to give it up for Carl Eldridge, though. An 8.5-hour trip from Ossipee, New Hampshire, in the Art of Logging ride. A jump brake chassis. Was 19th last night after involving a spin in turn 2.
And I gotta say, I think that caution's gonna be a benefit for Bryce Davis. He had just gotten by TJ Downs, the lap car, and got some lead. But they were gonna hit more lap traffic, and I think Holman had him sized up before that yellow.
Yes, I feel like Holman's got the better car in the long run in lap traffic. Bryce Davis, the control car, up on the top. Here we go, back to the green flag. Holman times the restart pretty well as Davis tries to hold serve. Turn 1, yes he can. Holman tries to fight back in on the bottom. Knowles in 3rd, Dubois back in 4th. He could get swallowed. Wonderling sent him the bumper into turn 3. Up the track goes the Outlaw, and it's 3 wide for the 4th position. Look out, we got trouble. Eldridge spins in 3. The lap counts, no caution. We stay green for now. And now the yellow lights come on. The lap does count with 10 laps to go. On at stake here, a 10-lap shootout to determine who wins this one. Holman tries to time the restart well, he cannot. Davis getting cleared once again. All up the track he goes. Holman's got a chance at it in 1 and 2 as they're side by side for the lead down the back chute. Can Holman come up and slide job? Look at Jeremy Wonderling. Tries to move his way up in 3rd. And Bam Bam just got swallowed, and we could have a pile up in 4. Well, to quote the late great Rick Asherman, for the first time we have a Waffle House in New York because they're scattered, smothered, and covered.
Yeah, Bam Bam went and punted Dave Dubois into turn 3 on that one.
That's a tough break there for both Bam Bam and Dubois having incredible runs tonight.
Well, you know what? It's funny, you don't want to water grass necessarily, but the grass over there has a lot of dust in it. So you just saw a lot of drivers drive through that area.
Back to 3rd,
and,
4 back to 3rd.
Boy, that makes things a little ominous.
Rich,
Be a great scene for a horror movie.
Rich, I gotta tell you, I got goosebumps. I'm nervous with the way this is gonna happen. This is wild. We could have.
I thought Holman had Davis set up there.
Yeah, Holman is trying. He's trying his best not to give up here 1 bit. Crunch time for the Chevrolet Performance Crate late models here. Davis cleared for the turn 1. Does he go off the track? No, hold on in the middle groove. They're just about 3 wide, and we got 1 driver hooked. Stebbins hooked another driver. I think that was Ricardo. He's sideways. What a save, but then we got a pile up on the back straight. TJ Downs is also involved. There's another driver, I think.
This is what I said. You can't see.
Is that Jim Racy? I can't tell who that is. Let's stop halfway down the back straight.
I believe it's Pangrazio.
Stop, guys, stop.
Gonna stop the field. Kurt Stebbins also in it. You see Pangrazio. Report from race control, single file, the rest of the race. Definitely something that I guess Bryce Davis would approve of. So here we go, back to green, 9 to go.
Green.
No one makes a move yet to the inside. Everybody holds. Mike Wonderling takes a peek up on the middle group. Can he take the spot away from Joe Martin? Is the question. Doug Riccata looked underneath, was nearly 3 wide. Davis on the middle group. Holman as low as he can go. It's like limbo at the moment. 8 to go. Riccata and Martin make contact. And that's for the 7th spot. And Mike Wonderling also goes up the track. Jeremy Wonderling, as things stand, would extend his points lead at the moment. As he came in with a 31-point advantage on Joe Martin. He got 7 circuits remaining. Holman tries to close in. Bryce Davis looks for career win number 10 in the Flint's Tire Touring Series. Would be the 5th driver to have at least 10 wins, joining Max Blair, Jeremy Wonderling, John Waters, and Kyle Hardy. And looks to end just about an 89 race winless streak. Jed Holman wants to have that winless streak continue. He wants win number 2 dating back to last year. 5 circuits remaining, 5 fingers up from Johnny Beach. Wonderling underneath the bottom step on one, and he nearly clipped the touring tire. In turn 1, but Knowles hangs on. The Jet wants it badly. Haven't seen him on the podium in a while. You got a race for the lead, you got a race for 3rd with 4 remaining. Mike Wonderling in the top 5 as well after starting in the 13th spot. He's up 8 for the drop of the green, 3 laps to go. Bryce Davis, just about a 1 second lead on Chad Holman. Oh, Knowles in 3rd. 2 sticks are up. Bryce Davis, 2 laps away, has not won since July of 2017 at the Brantford Speedway, the 2017 Flint's Tire Touring Series champion. But there's lap traffic ahead, 3 wide across the line. Door to door to door, white flag is out, 1 to go for Bryce Davis. Traffic in the way, if he can get through Jim Racy, he's got a W in the back pocket. Final trip down the back straight, and into 3 and 4. Genesee, welcome back, Bryce Davis to victory lane. He takes the Flint's Tire Touring Series at Genesee. Holman 2nd, the race for 3rd, Knowles out Jeremy Wonderling, Mike Wonderling rounds out the top 5. Perfect night for you, Joe.
Yeah.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks.
How's this one feel to be back in victory lane?
Man, it just feels like forever in between wins, whether it's, 6 weeks or a year or whatever. So it's really nice to get back in there. The caution really helped us. I got into the back of that lap car. I hadn't been following him, and he was going in way slower than I thought, and it was go time. So I apologize to him and Bryce for that. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
So a lot of your competitors raced in Gary's series, the BRP Can-Am 360 Late Model Series. What's it mean to be racing in honor of Gary?
Yeah, anytime you race a memorial race, that person meant something, to the racing world. And I remember going to McKean when I was a little kid and watching the BRPs. That was before I even started racing. And I know Bryce and Jeremy and Mike and them all run BRPs. So to be able to win Gary's race, that's a cool deal. I learned about him this week a lot. So I've been trying to come here for 3 years now, and we keep getting rained out. It's a really cool place. I mean, this place was a lot of fun.
So you got Genesee tomorrow. You've come close so many times there. What's your outlook look like there?
We just got to pick the right tire for the feature. I mean, I think we picked the wrong tire again tonight, but that caution saved us. I'm pretty sure the Wonderlings were both on 55s, and that long caution let ours cool down. And, I don't know how close they were there at the end. I'm sure they were coming. I was going the wrong direction, but we held on. I didn't even see the checkered. I was just so focused on keeping my car straight. I was glad to hear Mike's voice say it was over.
Who do you want to give shout outs to?
Yeah, Tommy, and like I said, I got to thank God above, man. He's so good to us when we're not always good. He's always good for us. Tommy, Lisa, Mike Hoffman, my dad, my brother, Zach Brink, Weather Capital Sales, T&D Performance, Kevin Martin Trucking, Brian at Integra. We never thank him. Brian does us good, and he lives 2 minutes from me. I know it's getting cold out. We got a lot of people. I thank them all. Thank for all you fans coming out. Hopefully we get a good turnout at Genesee tomorrow.
Congratulations, man.
Thanks, Marty.
Joe Martin takes it in the Flint's Tire Touring Series of the Outlaw Speedway. Bryce Davis, welcome back to Victory Lane in the Flint's Tire Touring Series. Bringing the girl here, bringing your daughter here for the video. How does this feel?
It feels pretty good. We've been close a few times recently. Just the chips didn't fall our way, but tonight they finally did.
What were you thinking inside the car in those final 10 laps, all the yellows coming out? You were doing really well against Chad Homan.
I just want to hit my marks, make sure I got a good start, didn't spin the tires, got into one good. I knew if I messed up, he was going to be there, so I knew I had to be consistent and have a good run on the start.
I'll let you come around here real quick for the camera. Who do you want to give shout-outs to real quick?
I got to give a shout out to all my family, my wife, my kids, my dad, my brother, Lane, Austin Allen, Freddie Griswold at Griswold's ETR Services. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody. Everybody that helps out, it's unreal. Rick Studer, but we got Elmo Performance does our shocks, Griswold's ETR Services, the Brick House on Main, Davis Electric, Ed Carly Motorsports, Close Racing Supply. Everyone helps out a ton.
Congratulations, enjoy it.
Thank you.
Bryce Davis,